So, Dave, we don't have a little jingle yet, but when are we going to go tactical board? What do you want to talk about on the tactical
Well, you haven't.
board?
I thought we were going to go. I mean, so you haven't finished the transfer. You didn't talk about Gutman.
Yeah, well, it's sad. I forgot. Did we not? Did we not talk about it in the last podcast? Was that
No?
okay? That
No,
hadn't
it came
happened yet.
after.
No,
Yeah,
it came
right
after.
Okay,
Yeah.
so good point. So Gutman's gone. We are saying whatever moves are coming or whatever plays we have can fill the left back position, which we obviously have Wiley.
Yeah.
But
do we really? I mean,
No.
we'll get into him in a tactical board. But does anybody really think that Wiley is a defender?
certainly not as a 4 in the back.
He's a
right?
great player,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
he's not a defender.
Yeah, so he does fine in this 5 in the back system.
Yeah,
I
he's a
think.
winger.
Yeah, he's a good winger.
So is Lennon. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But you know, that's interesting, right? So you don't have anybody who can play left back in a standard 4, right? I mean, they may think Wiley can, but he can't. So, and you don't have any, you know, we want to have 2 players basically at every position, right? In case there's whatever. Now you can argue maybe Hernandez can play there. Maybe Abraham is capable of playing there in a pinch or whatever, but we really don't have anybody.
Right.
So
Yeah.
why?
Oh, the why is because
why?
we're moving to 5 in the back for the rest of the season. It has to be the plan.
But how could that have been like he had only made that
I'm
one,
just giving
one
you the
game?
answer. I don't
One
know.
game. One game.
Do you agree though? We're probably going to see 5 in the back. for
Now
the
you
rest of the
have to.
season?
You don't have a
Yes,
choice.
Right.
Absolutely.
You do not have a choice because now I'm sure Pineda will think he has a choice, and because he thinks that Wiley can play in a back 4, he cannot.
Right.
So I don't think we have a choice but to play 5 in the back. We have to. We'll get to it in a second. Technical board.
Another thing with like the Gutman and the Ibarra thing, and how can the coach not see these grenades coming too? It's almost as if like Pineda and DeBoer, even back in the day, are like getting the news like the same time we are.
Yep.
Hey, it's like I get it that it can't be that premature because you don't want them to stop.
I'll give you
stop
one
focusing.
word with 3 syllables.
Okay.
Blindsided.
Yeah.
No, they seem like they have no idea. Right. So, and they don't have a say in it whatsoever.
Right.
Now, do I think that Pineda should have a say in it? No, because I don't think he makes good decisions. But that being said, it's a little disconcerting that your coach has 0 say in the transfer policy.
And my question, I tagged Taylor Twellman, who wasn't going to answer me, but I was like, does this happen at other clubs?
Right.
Like, is this pretty common where there's that much of a void of like the coach?
There's
really
certainly
not
the
knowing?
modern team with a true sort of general manager means that a lot of these clubs have one person or a board that's in charge of signings that's independent of the coach. That being said, though, they're still consulting with the coach.
Yeah.
Right. Because.
Yeah. And I mean, it sounds like, Pineda's saying all things. He's like, I'm always in constant communication with Bocanegra and the things that like, that's what he's saying. But then I don't get the feeling that they're at least, again, a week or 2 ahead being like, hey, we're thinking about options for Ibarra, given the pinch we're in with the U22. So is it going to be Sosa or Ibarra? Like maybe you don't have an opinion in that, right? Like you get what you get, but just let them know.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like they know. Like,
I mean, you would think he would at least be on the same page where he could be like, even if it's a lie, that yes, Sosa's my guy. I wanted to keep him.
Right. You can fake it.
Fake it. Yeah. Like, come on. So, and then you haven't talked about the new French player.
He's, I listened to an interview with him today. He's going to come in as a midfielder that'd be playing in what Pineda said would be a double pivot, assuming with Sosa or Rossetto or Sadic, right? Like he's got to partner with one of those 3 in a double pivot, which I don't really get.
He doesn't look like a defensive midfielder to me at all.
I haven't really seen him. Maybe I'm thinking that.
I mean, there's so little clips, so maybe, but
he said in the interview, like in his last role, he's playing more of an 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and he doesn't look like an 8 to me at all.
Right.
What he looks like to me is an attacking midfielder who can tackle. Right? You know who's an attacking midfielder who can tackle?
Fred.
Oh yeah.
He's like the classic version of this. So Fred is a pretty good attacking midfielder. He's not a great passer of the ball, but he'll pop up and score some goals. And when you play him in front of Casemiro, for example, in Man United, he's absolutely brilliant because now you have one guy reading the game, another guy just all out flying around and getting tackles in.
Right.
That works. That's what I said we should have been doing all the time
with
with
Ibarra.
Sosa and Ibarra, because Ibarra has a lot of that in his game, right? This guy is clearly an Ibarra. Right now, he looks like he's got more creativity to his forward play, but some of the clips, I mean, in one game's worth of clips, I saw him back heel the ball, he flicked it, he made a run out wide. Like none of that says 8 or 6 or defensive midfield. What it says is a creative player who can get a tackle in. So,
but was he at least part of the Ibarra replacement plan?
I
mean, like a direct decision that he's an upgrade.
Well, we're gonna get maybe that should send us right to the tactical board, because what's going to happen when we have to play 5 is it makes us make a choice.